direction. Just look around and find at least something good. All you need will come to you. I'll never end your stare.
Welcome back to Two Canadians at Kafe Lise, a Vigor podcast, episode 26, season 10, Chronicles, Vengeance. Vengeance, yeah. I'm Dr. Anton, one of your hosts, and the other host is
DJ Spencer.
Yeah, and it's a new season. It's been out for a few days. Some of us had more time to play it than others. Unfortunately, someone's been a little sick, and so hasn't had a lot of time put into it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it sucks.
It does.
I was all excited, and basically, so it's Saturday night, and since Tuesday, I've been off work like 2 days, and just not feeling well whatsoever. But thank you everyone for the well wishes, and even Vigor said get well soon. So on Twitter, so I was jacked up about that. I was all excited.
Yeah. No, it's everyone noticed. It's like I've had more viewers at my time, so thank.
Oh.
It's like there's no DJ. I guess we'll go watch Doc. Yeah, but no, everyone missed you, so you'll be back. You'll be back and healthy, and I'm sure at it soon.
Yeah, hopefully back regular Monday schedule and stuff.
Yeah, so. when this gets released, hopefully we'll see DJ back on that night.
Yep.
But yeah, season 10's out. It's a little bit of a new direction now because they've changed it from just calling it season 10. Now they're calling it Chronicles Vengeance. So they're actually building it off lore, and so that adding a whole bunch of lore to the game, which is kind of cool. Added a new little bit of a map to it, which we'll talk about as well. So we just thought, we'll go through the update and talk about some of the stuff we've noticed or haven't noticed, or even I'll throw in some bugs that I've noticed as I've been playing. And we'll go through the battle pass as well, and we're going to show the battle pass up as we're talking. So try that out and see how it goes, how it looks. So I'm not just adding the battle pass after the fact. We'll actually have it live on the recording. So that'd be kind of cool.
Yep.
But yeah, so here I'll show first. It's the changelog is update 10, Vengeance, and basically the first thing they show in here is the battle pass, and there's like I do like these composite screens they come up with just to show you an overview of all the different seasons and the different things that are out in the season. But we will switch over and show it actually on the Xbox of what comes out each season. And so the very first thing is the Adam Skirmish outfit. And that's like the very first thing you get, the first outfit you get during this. It's really detailed, and a lot of people have been saying this. It's probably one of the most detailed outfits that they've done, and I agree totally. There's like pouches everywhere. You got clips everywhere. This almost looks like what Mercenary should have been. Really, like when they did the Mercenary season. This is the kind of outfit I would have expected during that season. Yeah. And I wasn't a big fan of the Mercenary outfits personally. I thought they were kind of plain, but this one's really nice.
Yep.
They've also released at the same time off of the battle pass another version of this in the outfits you can purchase. So when you're in the store screen and you go the same place where you can purchase skins for your guns, there's the customizations for your character. There's another version of this that you can get there for 650 crowns? Yeah, 650 crowns. So the battle pass is 690 crowns, and you get this skin as the base. At the end of the battle pass, when we get to level 50, there's another version of this skin.
Yeah.
And then just by itself, you can purchase a third version of this skin for 650 crowns. There's also, well, let's go through the battle pass first, I guess.
Yeah.
So, first thing, Adam. Then, as you start going through the battle pass, you have the first in the night vision goggles with this one with the head wrapping around it. So you have the head wrap and the goggles. So it's a complete head skin that takes over everything. You can't add
Hmm.
anything to it. Then they have, a standard kind of pair of gloves, nothing too special there. They're nice enough, but and there's gonna be multiple versions of it. Have you you've gone through this whole thing, so you've seen all these
Yeah,
different, yeah.
I perused through it, and honestly, I want to say this is probably my like cosmetic wise.
Hmm.
This is probably the best one
Mm.
so far to date.
Yeah.
Um, like you mentioned, like this tops Mercenaries by far.
Oh yeah.
Um, but Mercenaries wasn't my favorite one.
No.
Now, as a looter, some of these skins strike fear in me because
Yeah.
like full like out, I'm out to kill people gear. But yeah, like everything, we got the night goggles, night vision goggles. Um, the Atom skins are just like really good. Um, I
Hmm.
love the new gun wraps.
Yeah, the
Um,
scrim wraps, which are the very next thing
it's-
after this glove,
yeah,
is the first scrim wrap, which is for the VSS.
like that scrim wrap. So one of what is it? Season 2, I think there was a regular wrap for
Right.
the M21.
Yeah, it has
And
like
if you
the a blanket or something. Something's
Yeah,
wrapped around the barrel. Yeah.
exactly. And that is like one of my favorite ones. That's
Yeah.
what I actually have for the M21. But like these ones here, I love the look of it. Like cosmetically, like I said, I love this one.
Yeah.
Probably the most out of like every one of them. Now I still like what I run pretty much every night, but
Yeah,
yeah, overall this battle pass is like absolute fire. I love it.
for sure.
So kudos.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. They did. Yeah, they did a really good job with these gun skins. Absolutely. After the VSS Grim Wrap, it's another of the night vision goggles, but this time it's just the plain one, and you can put whatever hat you want on top.
Mhm.
So nothing there. You get your first XP boost. I'm not going through the free tier because everyone can see the free tier anyways. We will mention that
Yeah.
yeah, this season they've decided to, and they haven't said anything about it yet. There's a few blanks within the free tier. Um, so I get it. It's they're not the only ones who've ever done this. It's pretty common out there. I think where people might get bent out of shape out of it though is because this is the first time they're doing it, and it's
Yeah.
like whenever you're taking something away, even how minor it is, people are going to
They
people are going to
feel
get upset.
changed.
Yeah, and I always buy the battle pass, so it's not like I don't have it yet, or I
Yeah.
always get the battle pass either buying it or sometimes through partners or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm always getting everything anyways, and so a couple gaps in the free tier don't bother me so much. But I can get it though. You're taking something away that people are used to. New people coming in, they'll say, "Oh, there's a few gaps." Okay, other games do that too. They won't complain. It's the long-term players who are gonna, you take it away from me.
Yeah.
Sort of like the
You-
same way the PlayStation players got upset when all the lootable POIs were taken away after that initial time when they started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
There's always going to be people unhappy about something, and when there's change, and
yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Um, after after the percentage boost, then you go into the next tier. You get the first face mask with the sort of mesh in the middle. I don't really care for them, and I think
Yeah.
I've seen them out there. People are using them, so
Yeah.
whatever. If people like them, that's fine. I think I've seen other videos where people talk to them and say refer to them like paintball masks almost.
Yeah.
A
They
version of
almost look like it.
a little bit. But I can see it. So okay. Then they have some face paints. I don't really use face paints. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I do use
You
some
use the
face
clown
paints.
outfit all
I
the
use the
time.
clown one, but it's different because that's like it's a clown one. It doesn't look these ones, I don't know, they always look kind of waxy to me, whereas the clown
Okay.
one doesn't look too bad. And then I also use, and I guess they're face. I don't know if they're considered face paints or what, but those ones that came out, I think they started out in Junkers where they almost look like grease on the face.
Oh,
I use those ones
okay.
sometimes, or those ones like the it's like only the eyes, and it was has some red in it. Those ones I think
Yeah.
kind of look kind of cool. But when it's the full like camel ones, I yeah, not a big fan. Then you go back to another version of the night vision goggles with the head wrap. The next scrim is on the PA MD86. And yeah, all the scrims look pretty good. You know, not much you can say about that. Then you get the first
Yeah.
version of the new battle pass, which is like the half skull cap kind of mask with a couple of knives
Yeah.
sitting on it. It looks really
The
good.
yeah, the title is like ever since they swapped to the 3D titles there, they're like amazing.
Yeah,
And this one
big
again,
difference.
by far the best. Like
Yeah.
amazing.
I haven't mentioned it, but the tapes appear on the free tier, so that's where all your lore and stories coming from are those tapes.
Hmm.
And then there's some good videos out there. Christopher Beast, I think, and also Half Metal Fox have put out some
Yep.
good videos with all the tape audio in them. So if
Hmm.
you're not looking to wait till you unlock it, go check out their videos for sure. Next is another version of there's like three different versions or so of each of the different things. So like the night vision goggles where you can wear a hat. There's another version of that. The first bag comes at level 12, it looks like, and that's like a fairly beefy, almost looks like a version of a gym bag or whatever, but they call it the canvas satchel bag, and it's a fairly good sized bag, and it looks good.
Yeah.
Then you get the zealot helmet, and it's like a full head cover. You can't wear anything with it. It looks like it's just boom. You got the zealot mask. This is and each one has a name. So this is like Lars's mask, and then that I think ties back to the lore. They're kind of neat. What do you think of these?
Those, yeah, they're kind of cool. They
Yeah.
almost look like movie wise. Like they tie into movies almost. I can't remember this one, but it reminds me of a movie.
Okay.
Um, and then like we talked about one further down the line where I thought it looked like Death Race, like
Yeah.
Frankenstein from Death Race. But yeah, they're so good. Like
Yeah. They
I
look
don't,
really good. Yeah.
yeah, they
I
look
don't know.
intimidating and
Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever wear one myself, but it's kind of cool to have them. Maybe on certain occasions I might want to throw it on.
yeah,
But it wouldn't be my regular everyday throw that on or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah. Then we got the SKS Scrim wrap. Looks great,
yeah,
just like usual. Then they have there's a few things in the battle pass that I know Christopher Beast was saying that they don't look like it belongs to the battle pass. It's just sort of filler. And I think the next thing is that helmet, the black
yeah.
the shadow motorcycle helmet. It's a nice looking helmet for sure.
It's
You
shiny.
know, it's shiny, yeah, because then it just adds to your helmets because now you'll have the potentially the beast one from Shootout. You'll
Yeah,
have, if you bought it, the pumpkin one from Halloween, and now you can have a black one, and they look nice.
yeah.
Then you get another one of those face ones with the mesh. Then you get another face paint. This one called Panther, I believe, and some more gloves. Then you get your first face wrap, and they call it was it Calife or how do they pronounce that?
Uh, I'm terrible with pronunciation. Do you want?
Yeah, I know. Um, Not saying I know that you are. I'm just saying I know some of
Yeah,
these words could be like when you're not used to them, it's trying
yeah,
to figure them out can be a little difficult for sure. But it's a it's a nice wrap that covers the whole face except for the eyes.
yeah.
Um,
It's almost
that's
like a
one.
desert like
Yeah.
combat thing, right? Like,
Yep. Looks really good. I
yeah,
could This is one I could definitely see using because it looks really cool, and but it doesn't look too threatening either. You know what I mean? Like some
yeah,
things when you throw them up there, you think, oh, this guy's a sweat. You see
yeah,
somebody out there with it. This one doesn't look too bad. You wouldn't necessarily think, oh, this guy's going to be like running around trying to port everybody and kill them.
yeah.
So. Then you get the next. This one I like it. Like the next version of the battle pass badge, and it's the silver one. And this is the one that confuses me a little bit. They call it silver, but then it basically adds is some bars and a star underneath, but they're like a bronze or goldish looking.
Yeah,
I almost thought if this is like the silver version, they should have been silver. That's the only thing that sort of throws me,
yeah,
because that's the only
yeah,
thing they've really changed. Yeah.
yeah,
So I don't know. That's just me.
yeah,
Um, then we get the ballistic helmet or ballistic mask you're talking
yeah,
about, which is the brownish or beige or cream colored kind of one. It's a really interesting face mask because you're used to the goalie masks which we see, which have holes in them and all whatever,
yeah,
whereas this one's just a couple eye slots and it looks a little creepy. This
yeah. It
almost
does.
would have been a really good Halloween one to come out. Um,
Yeah.
but
And yeah, this is like the first iteration of it, and like to me,
yeah,
it just reminds me of Frankenstein in Death Race, right?
yeah.
So I,
And
I
yeah,
like it.
there's in the battle pass there's two versions, and we'll see the last version as we go. But in the where you can purchase your cosmetics, there's a flat black one too. So
Mm.
you can buy a black version of it separately from the battle pass. I can't remember how much it is, um, but still it's crowns. So
Yeah,
then we have the first and the second outfit that they've released, which is the zealot outfit. And so the Zealot outfit is almost like a plainer version of the Atom outfit. So it seems like it's the same base. It just doesn't have all the pockets and gear, extra gear stuff. So it's they're pretty cool, and I could definitely see wearing these as well, just because maybe give you a bit more options
yeah,
to your look. And then we get the first of the other kind of face mask they brought out this season, which is this one really looks like a paintball mask
yeah,
because it has the goggles like you would in paintball, and then you have the face covering.
yeah. I was
Um,
actually just thinking about this. It almost looks like a version of like a stormtrooper from Star Wars.
yeah, a little bit,
You,
right?
you know,
Like
like the ones on where the Ewoks are on the speed race.
yeah the scout troopers.
Yeah, the scout troopers. It almost looks
Yep.
like something like that. But I'm sure
Yeah.
there's probably military gear that looks like that, and that probably
Oh,
inspired
sure.
that. But
Inspired Star Wars for sure. Yeah.
but yeah, it just made me think of
Yeah.
that.
It's again a little odd, but it's not bad. It's they're
Yeah.
okay. I've definitely seen worse masks that they brought out. So
Yes.
yeah, some more face paint after that. It's like a dark whatever face paint, but okay. Then they come out with a standard ballistic helmet, which looks
Yeah.
just like other ballistic helmets they brought out, and it's a good helmet. It's a very nice helmet, for sure.
Yeah. And like we should add too, like the battle pass, you get the same amount of boosters as the past ones. The
Right,
total like boosters is 140. Um,
140% from like last season. Yeah.
yeah. And the crown count, I believe, is the same thing as last year as well.
Oh, okay, I can't
Um,
remember how much it was, but yeah, it was just
yeah.
over what you spend to get the battle pass.
Yeah.
So it's like in the 700s, I think, or I don't think it hit 800, did it?
Yeah, just over. No, no, it's just
Yeah.
over 700, I think.
Yeah. Okay. After that, you get the next version of the face wrap. Looks great. Another set of gloves in a different color. Then you get the first helmet that's different from the other ballistic one. It's the Kevlar helmet, and
Mhm.
this one's interesting. And if you ever played Tarkov, you'll in Tarkov, in order to get better sound in the game, you have to equip like headphones in game. So there's different versions of headphones, and then you'd have to have helmets that work with those headphones. Not every helmet would go over them, right? So this is the kind of helmet that you can definitely see there's gaps where if you're wearing headphones, this is the kind of helmet you'd have to put on. So
Yeah.
it's kind of neat. Um, functionally helmets don't do anything; they're just cosmetic. So
Yeah.
it would be kind of neat though if they had a helmet like this. If they showed you wearing headphones or something,
Yeah.
just because that's what they're for. But yeah, headgear.
Especially with Kevlar, maybe it would save you from those headshots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they should, right? Then we get the scrim wrap for the M76 sniper rifle.
Yeah,
So
it's so good.
it looks really good. Yeah. Then we get the next version of you get the gold version of the battle pass, and it gets a little bit bigger along the bottom, but then adds blinking red lights on the
Yeah.
sides. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I love it so much.
yeah, yeah, they're really cool. That's the only reason I want to get higher up in these battle passes is to get those like neat higher tiers of those
The
badges.
titles. Yeah.
Level 31 is where you get the plans for the new flash grenades. So we hadn't,
Hmm.
you've probably seen it around, but if you haven't, flash grenades the new throwable from this season.
Hmm.
When you throw it, it obviously makes a big flash. If you're looking in its direction and you're really close to it, your screen will go white. Depending how close and how dead on you're looking, I think it lasts up to 5 seconds, and it's less
Yeah.
if you're like looking at it from the side. It won't be as
Yeah.
long, and it also gives a ringing sensation. So like your audio will go wonky,
Yeah.
even if you're not looking at it. So
Yeah.
the bang will just mess with your audio for a little bit too.
Yeah.
But at the same tier, you get another one of those ballistic masks, and this one in green. So I guess there's a third one. There's three on the battle pass. I forgot about the green one. Yeah. After that, we get another version of the Zealot outfit, Night Ops. So it looks great. Then you
Yeah.
get the
It does.
scrim for the ES16, and it looks pretty cool. Um, maybe it looks good. Maybe not my favorite version of the scrim, but it looks good on the
Yeah.
ES16.
Yeah. For me, it's especially on like the sniper guns or like rifle
Yeah,
itself. Maybe not like an assault rifle, but like definitely on rifles would make sense and look really good.
yeah, for sure. Then you get another version of the Kevlar helmet, another color of it. And at level 35 is when you get the plans for the new gun. And the new gun this season is the L85A1. It's a UK, like a British gun. I know there's a lot of players out there from the UK who are really looking forward to this gun coming out, and it looks like a great gun. I've used it a few times in Shootout, and I've enjoyed it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a pretty cool gun. Their official thing is there's a thing with the sight, and you'll notice it right away when you bring the sight up. It you see the crosshairs from the iron sight as well as through the optics, and they're going to
Yeah.
fix that in the future. So there's plans to fix it. You shouldn't be seeing the crosshairs, and it's supposed to be one of those I think sights that has like the triangle sort of in the middle. I can't remember what that's called.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember what
I'm not
Yeah,
sure. No.
people who know guns will know what it is, and they'll be yelling at the screen. But
Yeah.
it's supposed to have one of those, I think, type. There's a name for it. I don't know what it is, but it's supposed to have one of those special kind of things in the optics, and they're going to have that in the future. So I don't know if they've had an official release date on that, if it's going to be the update or later. Who knows?
Oh,
But
okay.
eventually, that gun will
Yeah.
have a different sight. But it still works really well. The sight as is. So it's not like in a, it's bad or anything. It's just not how it's
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
Um, After the plans, you get the next version of the Zealot helmet. This one is Robert, and it's the other one had like red highlights. This one has sort of like a bluish and grayish highlights, like blue eyes almost, and gray to the face, and looks pretty cool. You get the scrim for the Lashiev shotgun.
Yep.
Another version.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Going back to the Zealot,
yeah.
like this one, I I don't know about what this one is like the best one, I think,
Mm.
out of all of them. Like I
Is it
don't know what
because
it
it
is.
looks almost like a skull?
Almost
Yeah,
almost like a or even almost like Predator.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
sorry, I'm tying everything back to movies, but like
Yeah, that's fine. No problem
this
there.
is this is the impression he gives me, and like it is. I love this. This is intimidating. Uh, it's so cool.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah, it is pretty cool.
I'm not adding a whole lot.
Um, no, it's all good. After the scrim for the Lost Yev, we get the next version of the wrap with the night goggles. Um,
Mhm.
looks it's a brown version they call it. Looks good. Then you get the night goggles again in another color where you can have a helmet,
Yep.
and then you get the platinum version of the um, what they call the Vengeance Platinum for the Battle Pass badge, and now it's added a star at the top, and it's added a couple little, I don't know what those are called. Um, are they? I think it's the same kind of thing you would put on your collar, the same kind
Yeah,
of like badge or
like the
something.
bars there, like the soldier bars, or
Yeah, not the bars, but it's like a pointy, almost like a triangular thing. And there's a name for it. I can't think of what it is again.
yeah.
Yeah, on the ball. That's what we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks great. Yeah. And at the same level, you get another version of that mask, that with the goggles and the face mask, um, the scout trooper mask. Then you get another at level 41. You get another version of the one with the mesh, another face mask with the mesh front. You get I think it might be the last version of the head wrap, what they call the gray for that one. Then you get the scrim for the L85A1, and that one is like it looks really cool. It's almost like they went overboard with it, like just wrapped.
Yeah.
It's like we have some extra left over. Put it on the
Yeah.
L85A1. But it looks good. It does.
Yeah.
Then you get another Kevlar helmet in green. Then you get the third of the ballistic that's in the battle pass, and this is
Yeah.
the one that has like a big, huge handprint on it.
Yep.
And it's Eric. They actually call this one. That one actually looks really cool.
Yeah, that one is absolute
Yeah,
fire. I love that one.
yeah. Then when we get to 46, you get another face paint, Spartan. You get another bag, and this is a different version already. This is a mercenary bag um, called Dark. And I think, is this the type of bag that we've seen before? Was that the same bag that was in Mercenaries? I
I
can't
don't
remember for
think so.
sure. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a little different.
Yeah, because it looks similar to another bag I've seen before, so I don't know if it's
Yeah.
exactly the same or not. But after that, we get the last Zealot helmet. This one looks kind of cool too. It has like a
Oh yeah.
dark face with reddish eyes, and this is where you get the tape that is not part of the free battle pass.
Hmm.
And no real spoilers here. It doesn't have anything crucial to the lore, so you don't have to worry about if you're not going to go for the battle pass that you're going to miss out on anything. No, it's nothing crucial in this one.
Yeah.
Then you get the last scrim, and this is for the SVU, and that one looks really good too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, SVU scrims wrap.
I, I'm going to be rocking that one for sure.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And then you get the last version of the full badge. It has three of the star triangles on each side. It's got three stars up top, and yeah, just a great looking
It is.
badge. Yeah, man, yeah, those 3D ones are great. You also get on the paid tier another version of the ballistic helmet, this time with goggles on top. So you'll have seen this helmet before because it's not one that's new. It's one that's been on battle
Yeah.
passes before. So this is just another version of it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And the end of the free tiers where you get the last Atom soldier outfit. And so this is the second one that's available through the battle pass, and it has like the green lights. And then the one that you can buy, I might as well just bring it up here, which I can do since I'm the way we're doing this. I can just go to it and bring it up. Outfit Atom. So the DJ can't see my screen, so he doesn't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
It looks, it's the Atom outfit again, but this time the LEDs are kind of orangish, and the
Mm.
coloring just a little different again. It's called the Enforcer. So you'll definitely have to check it out. It's a nice outfit. So I'll have to see if I ever, if I get some crowns built up, maybe I'll consider getting it. But it's not a have to have. It
No.
just might be a nice to have kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, Now we didn't. I guess we might as well mention it now too. So that was the battle pass. Um, there was also at the same time released a new pack you can buy from this store, and they call it the Vengeance
Yeah.
pack. I can even bring it up here and show it.
Yeah. The
Um,
Path to Vengeance pack.
oh, is it trying to purchase it? I'm not trying to purchase it. Oh, go back. Yeah, no, I know. I didn't mean to purchase it. Okay. So it's really hard to see. You can't see much of it there, and they don't really have a good picture of it in the update either. Um, so what it is, it's like the Atom outfit, except it has like I think a zealot helmet with
Mhm.
a mesh over top.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool looking, but it's really pricey. It's the same price as like say the previous one, which was the hunter outfit. So
Yeah.
80, we're looking at it in
Canadian.
Canadian dollars, so it's like $90 Canadian.
Yeah. So
At least
70
with
US.
yeah, at least with the hunter outfit, you got like 4,000 crowns. With this
Yeah.
one, you only get 2,500 crowns. So it's like
Yeah.
not almost half, not quite, but almost half the crowns. So you're paying really for the outfit, and that's kind of pricey for the outfit myself, in
Yeah.
my opinion. But it is cool.
Yeah.
The partner's got I think a version of it. I don't know if it's exactly the same.
I think it is the exact version.
Is it the exact version? Okay, I
Yeah.
was wondering if it was just a little off, but maybe not.
Because they kind of get to showcase it off.
Hmm.
The pack also includes three of the new L85A1
Oh, I didn't
guns,
realize that. Okay.
um, three gals, and four gal skins. Now, I don't know if these
Oh,
are exclusive gal skins.
right.
Um,
Okay, that's good to know. I
this
didn't
pack,
realize that.
yeah, yeah, it's some little extras. Because like on the update page, they have like a visual of it. So
Oh, okay.
um, the name it's called Adam's Vengeance, but um, you know how the Outlander pack had a special name for it? The Dolph.
Yes.
So, anyways, this Adam's Vengeance uniform is
Yep.
called Fromond. I think is how you say it. I'm not 100% sure. I might have
Yeah.
butchered it. Um, so yeah, they have a picture of it, and he's holding the gun, the new L85A1, and then there's a gal on his hip. So I guess that's why it's all part of the pack
I
itself.
see. Okay, okay. And you're saying that
So,
was they showed that I just want to see if I can bring it up. I'll show it on here. Um
so if you go under, like I'm on the new the website,
yep.
and if you go news and then update 10,
Okay.
and then it's the last picture
Okay,
at
maybe
the
I
bottom.
can bring it up here as we're talking about it. Ah, here we go. A few small
So
details. Let's see if I can bring that up here. Okay, yeah, it looks all right. So yeah, there we go. That's good to know because when you're looking at it in the store, all you see is you get the outfit and 2,500 crowns,
yeah,
and you might think, well, that's it. That's all you're getting.
yeah,
So it's good to know that there's more to it than
yeah. There's more
just
to
the
it.
outfit.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if that offset
Oh,
like
there
all
it
the
is.
extra
Yeah.
weapons and the weapon skins. I don't know if that offsets like the 1,500 crowns less from the other
Yeah.
packs. I don't know.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Well, you're getting three guns plus 9 times 30 ammo and 9 times 32 ammo. So like 9 clips basically.
I believe so.
Yeah. So you're getting 9 clips of ammo for both guns. You're getting three of each gun, and then rectangle green, spray tan, sawtooth, and
Yeah,
needles. Those are skins you've seen on other guns, and so maybe maybe you're right. They haven't shown up yet. I don't think they would be exclusive to the pack.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you
not.
could probably get them eventually, anyways. But whatever.
Yeah,
So,
but
but
it's like
it's not bad.
personally, like I have like almost 200 gals in my inventory,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah. And then when to spend money to get weapons, is fine and all, but then if you're like certain people, I don't do this myself, but there are players out there, like if you look at Smokey Dopey, he likes to every season he clears out his armory, he deletes everything
yeah,
and starts from scratch. So like you know that would make it even worse. Like you're spending money on guns, and then at the end of the season you're deleting all those guns. So
yeah,
though he would probably have trouble deleting the L85A1 because it's like his favorite gun. So
yeah. He's been asking for it forever apparently, and then
yeah.
um, so supposedly he had told the devs, if you ever bring this gun into the game, I will never ask for another single thing.
Yeah. So, yeah,
I
that's
thought
pretty
that was
funny.
kind of fun.
Yeah. So we'll go back to the change log here. So we just went through the whole battle pass. When you go through the change log after the battle pass, the first thing to mention is the new shootout map, Kjerstin. Um, so it's based on the new dam map that they're working on. That's eventually going to be a encounter map. So it looks so right now it's just a shootout map. You're playing along the top of the dam. There's also some underneath the dam. You can sort of like the first level down a little bit. You can go in.
Yep.
So there's like different spawn points. I've played quite a few shootouts in it. I've had a lot of fun on it. Yeah, maybe because it's so much closer quarters. That's why I've had more fun on it than in like Sagbrook. Um, sure, there can be times where you might spawn just behind somebody on one end of the map, or someone will spawn just behind you, and there can be a lot of back and forth that way. I
Yep.
don't think I've ever seen a game go to time. I think maybe
Uh,
once I've
yeah.
seen it go to like where final thing where people are eventually going to potentially get the time, but then I think even that one somebody got their 20th kill and it ended.
Yeah.
So
I, I actually had two that went the full distance,
really,
uh, but both of them, I'm going to use the excuse that I was exploring them, trying to explore the map more than anything.
sure,
But I
okay,
won.
that's different. Yeah.
Yeah, I won three of them by getting 20. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's uh, I, my first game was frustrating because I didn't know the spawn points, and
Hmm.
like you
Yeah.
mentioned, there's some spawn points that are like literally on top of you, or if
Yeah.
you're on one of the ends. I find especially on the western side,
Yeah,
which
well,
is
whichever is that the one that has like the little tent and
yeah, that
yeah, there's
side.
like three spawns right there. There's like the tent spawn, behind
Yeah,
the tent spawn, and then sort of just beside the bridge spawn.
yeah.
So like three different spawns right
So
there. Yeah.
like yeah, it's like that. I literally killed someone back there, and I'm walking away, and then someone shot me from behind, and like the little spawn point that's on the side of the dam. Um, there's a spawn point if you keep on that side, so you're on top of the water. There's like just a concrete block off the
Yeah.
dam.
Yeah, yeah.
So the guy I spawned into the game, and the guy
That's
who
the
was
worst
there
spawn.
shot me right away, and I didn't I barely even loaded in. So
That
but
little concrete block is like the worst spawn because there's nowhere you can go except to try to go over onto the bridge.
yeah,
It's like, okay, great. So
I
like as
I
soon as
don't
if someone's there, they're going to shoot you.
yeah,
Like you don't have a choice.
I don't know if it's the worst one because there's the if you go to the bottom of the stairs right next to it,
I
like you
guess
get to the bottom there,
there's
there's
nowhere to
no other
go.
way out, right? Um,
Yeah,
so you're
but
trapped.
I guess, but I've spawned in the bottom of those stairs a number of
Yeah.
times, and I've had no problems running up the stairs and getting there and
Okay.
not feeling like I have no choice. I can
Mhm.
it's easier to dodge. Whereas you're on that block, all you can do is to try to climb
Yeah.
over, and if as soon as you're climbing over, you're vulnerable, and
Yeah.
someone's gonna just shoot you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like yeah, but you know what? After the second, third games, like I played maybe five
Yeah.
shootout games. It's pretty much like I played like maybe 2 or 3 encounters since the season launched, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
I mostly tried to focus on encounters because it's a new map, and like I love it. Um, because yeah, I mentioned I was getting frustrated, but then once you figure out the spawn points,
Hmm.
like I'm improving my like head on a swivel. It makes you practice using your shoulder peaks, you
Yeah.
know, left, right. I don't know how many times I go into streams and it's either a new player or even like some people have been around for like 500 games and they still don't know how to use the shoulder peaks correctly. It's like
Yeah.
a map like this is going to force them to actually like figure that out and learn
Yeah.
that, or hopefully anyways, because like there's a lot of things that is going to help you improve on this map that shootout will not.
Yeah.
Because you look at it, shotguns are super viable now in this
Hmm.
in on this map. You look at like yeah, you can still get like PPSH that's going to shred people or the para, but it's like stuff like that is like it's going to get you better both in game, in encounter, or in shootout if you get good at shotguns. Um, the contact bombs. There's so many choke
Oh,
points and good
yeah.
spots. The only thing I wish is you only get 2 out of a crate,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
takes 3 to kill. So you'd have to almost either get someone wounded or low, or you'd have to get like a shot in after they get hit.
Yeah.
Um, the flashbangs are in there. They're fun.
Hmm.
Grenades, grenades. I just randomly yeet down the dam.
I'm not sure if it was my
'Cause
first or second game. I yeeted a grenade and I got like I'm not sure if I got a kill or not, but I definitely hit a couple people, so it's kind of cool.
mhm. The motor strikes too. It's like motor strikes, just like
Yep.
put it anywhere. Like hope for the best. Because yeah, I don't. There's
It's a lot of fun.
it is the close quarter combat is a lot funner, and honestly, like I look at it sometimes on Sogbrook for whatever reasons. I've had like empty lobbies where it's like maybe 5 people,
Yeah,
and
and that's
it's
a
a
huge map for 5 people.
exactly, and it's like you're like I'd get lucky if I got like 10 kills
Yeah.
by the end of the match. Here, it's like it doesn't matter. There's going to be that little people
Yeah.
spawning. It's like you're still going to get like
Yeah, and
close to end game.
Yeah, I've seen people say too that there's too many people. Like they think 8 is too many,
Yeah,
and maybe 5 or 6 would be okay. But I think if you get too few people, then it might turn into the thing where you're not running to someone fast enough, and you're like running across the map or trying to find somebody. Someone might be hiding. At least with
yeah,
8, there's always going to be something happening, and
yeah,
it's shootout. It's supposed to be electric, so.
yeah.
I don't mind it so much. I also had a thought that this might have been an interesting alternate to a um, eliminations map. Maybe not with 5v5, maybe 4v4 or even
Oh, okay.
3v3, but turn it into like two team at each side. Have them
Oh
eventually
yeah.
have the capture point in the middle somewhere. That could have been interesting. It could have been fun.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
That would
That's
that
what I
would be
think.
interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool
Um,
because honestly, like this is like it, we've had this discussion before, right?
yeah.
On Elims, container is like one of my favorite maps,
And it's one of my
right?
worst. I
I
hate
I know
it.
I know you hate it, but like
Yeah.
to me, I'm like this would be yeah that it would be a great map because
Hmm.
it's like for me one reason why I love container is it has almost like that paintball park type feel, right?
True.
Where you go
Yeah.
and there's a bunch of cover and stuff like that, and like this has a ton of cover, and
Yeah.
yeah, it would be cool. Like if you have that something in the middle and then
Hmm. So it'd
kind of
be interesting. It'd be fun. Yeah.
it definitely would.
Yeah.
Now, we should point out too, the intention was not to have Kjerstin as a
No.
shootout map. Initially, it was supposed to be an encounter, and they just kind of like ran out of time.
It's a
Uh,
it's a lot to build a huge map,
for-
right? So
yeah,
And when
Yeah.
you look out the sides, you can definitely see how much work they've been working on. And so who knows how much, what more they have to do. But it looks like it's going to be a good sized map. So
Yeah. I'm curious to know if some of the underground tunnels, well, I say underground, but like the tunnels
within
under the
the
dam,
dam, yeah.
if they're going to connect more. Because like if you go on the western one,
Hmm.
uh, like literally it's a dead end. There's a like I think it's a green door, but there's a door. It's closed. You can't open it. Um, but you can't get out of there otherwise.
Yeah.
If you go to the other end, it's like you could go down, and then there's like a sofa and a mattress there. Like
Yeah.
someone's clearly been hanging out there. And then the tunnel goes out, but then it comes out to like an open portion of the dam.
Kind of like a
And then,
pathway that goes to another door that doesn't open.
yeah, that doesn't open. And then the only other way to get up is you go up the scaffolding.
Yeah.
So that one you can get out if you're in
Yep.
that tunnel, but not the other one. So I'm just curious if, like, part of the encounter map, if you're going to be able to go all the way across
Yeah, well,
or
I wouldn't be
I,
surprised because you think about Sagbrook. When Sagbrook was just Shootout, that's always been in a contained area. Then they expanded it into a big map. They had to
yeah,
change a lot of things, right? So a lot of things you're
yeah,
used to seeing in the Shootout map aren't the same in the encounter
yeah,
map. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's, same thing. Like a lot of the
yeah,
doors that we can't get through will be open maybe, and there'll be obviously hopefully more to explore in there. That'd be
yeah,
cool.
for sure.
Yeah. After the shootout map, then yeah, they brought out the new flash grenades. We mentioned what they do. Looking at like the flash grenades, um, your crafting table has to be level 7.
Yeah.
Um, it's like depending on your water distillation, it's going to be so many mats. It's like I think for a level 4 water distillation, it was like 6,006 mats, something like that,
Yeah.
and 14-minute crafting time based on
Your
what
water.
was the on your yeah? That's based on your water. On
That might have been nothing. I don't remember.
yeah. Well,
Because
no, it's crafting time that gets reduced, not how much mats, right? There's no
yes.
discount on mats, so I think that's based on water for level 4 water distribution is 14-minute crafting time. Yeah. So that could go down because it's a consumable. You can get it all the way down to 0 crafting time.
Sorry, it's utility room reduces the cost of.
Oh yeah, utility room reduces cost. Water
Yeah.
distillation reduces time. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so that you can then when you get blinded by them, you can still move around and shoot. You just can't see what you're doing.
Yeah.
New with these new grenades and all grenades, they change how firing arcs work a little bit. So before, you could just yeet a grenade without aiming, and it would go a certain defined path,
Yeah.
or you could pull the trigger, aim it, and then throw it. Now, as soon as you have a grenade in your hand, you get an arc. So if you're not pulling the trigger, it's a lower arc, and then as soon as you pull the trigger, it's sort of a higher arc. So you have a better idea of where it's going to go, even when you're not using the aim function.
Yeah.
So that was a nice sort of that's more of a quality of life improvement they did there.
Yeah. And I kind of like it. Like I got to play around with it a little bit on in shootout, and
Yeah,
it is helpful to have it without having to do the aiming thing,
yeah,
especially when you want to just quickly toss a grenade type thing. Um, so yeah, yeah, it's definitely a nice quality of life change.
yeah, for sure. Um, we already mentioned, yeah, you're going to get the cassette tapes and throughout the free battle pass. The new weapon was the L85A1. That one requires your crafting table to be at level 11 in order to make it, unless you have parts.
Yeah,
12-hour crafting time, 32,000 materials, so those things don't really get reduced. There's nothing that reduces that for guns.
no,
I mentioned the iron sight shows up in the scope right now. It has single and full auto modes,
yeah,
and it uses the NATO rounds. What
yeah.
was that? That's the
So same
same
thing.
as
H bar,
the H
H
bar.
bar, bugle,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. It's the same as
A1.
all those. So another gun that uses all those that ammo.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
um, I haven't had a chance. I actually don't have it in my inventory. I haven't gotten one from an encounter yet,
Yeah,
but I got to use it in uh, Shootout
yeah,
and
same.
close, close, close encounters. It's pretty good. It's got a
Hmm.
good firing rate. Um, at a distance, uh, I don't know. I don't know about the range, and it seems like it's good for kind of like the same thing as the bugle, where medium range it's good, but then
Yeah,
anything further out, it
might be a little
not
tougher.
as yeah, it's not as effective is the word
Right.
I'm looking
Yeah, well, it's not
for.
a long barrel. It's like a mid barrel kind of gun, so makes sense.
Yeah,
Um, okay, what else was there? So that was the L85. After that, then yeah, they sort of talk about a lot of the additional things they've done to like shooting and tools and stuff.
yeah,
We mentioned the secondary aiming arc for the grenades.
yeah,
Oh yeah, this season they tweaked the KS-23 and the sawed-off shotguns, so they are now
yeah,
considered side or secondary weapons, which is
yeah,
pretty cool. Now, if you want to have a backup that isn't just like a pistol or something, then they can have a shotgun. So that's really cool.
yeah,
I could see that actually being really handy and a lot of people doing it. Yeah. I haven't
yeah,
gotten around to I don't usually carry two guns in myself, but sometimes, if I'm using a sniper or taking a sniper and I want to have a secondary. So,
yeah, and that's what I typically do too. Is like I'll bring
yeah.
a sniper, and then most of the time, like I'll bring in either like a Rafka or a Gal, but I might actually throw in the KS-23 or the sawed-off shotgun. I'd
Yeah.
have to get good at it because
Yeah, because it's really
they're-
a really up close. It's like
yeah,
not a medium range, it's up close range.
yeah, like those are literally the my two worst shotguns. Like I'm bad at shotguns, but literally those
Yeah.
are the worst that are the
I
ones I'm the worst at.
It's been a while. I have done all right with the KS-23, but it's not a consistent thing for sure. And then the IZH I think is the king of shotguns, so it's
Yeah,
like that's the one that's a little bit easier because you can get two shots real quick with it. It's a
yeah,
fast one. Um, let's see here, looting and encounters. Nothing huge there. Oh yeah, well I guess there are some huge there.
yeah.
They
There's
they've
some
removed the
things there.
boosting cap, so a
Yeah,
person can boost the full lobby if they wanted.
yeah,
Good for partners, maybe a little
yeah,
less useful for somebody who's not a partner, who
yeah,
has like thousands of crowns to use. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And I think that's a good thing too because like there's some partners that have like they've accumulated a ton of
yeah.
crowns, but then like if they do a max boost, it's like it's 90, 90, and then 60.
Hmm.
So you're looking at like 180, like 240 crowns.
Right,
So like for them to spend all their crowns in like even if it's just the monthly amount, it's like it's got a few crowns to go through. So uh
right.
it's probably a good thing.
Okay. Yeah,
Maybe this is part of the reason why too.
maybe. Yeah. They also improved there's the visuals like when you're boosting, like the sort of like the visual of the line going across changes,
Yeah.
based on color, based on various things. Like the crate one, as the crate goes up, the line color will change based on the color of the crate. They've improved it so that when you're boosting, whoever's boosting the amount they boost, like the lighting around their character goes higher and higher, and then whoever
Hmm.
boosted the most, will change from the heart to like crossing their arms, like ooh, hey, I'm the big boy.
Yeah.
So little things. I also noticed in this season, um, it used to be, if you remember in previous seasons, it would be like there would be like two different loading screens. There'd be the loading screen to try to get as many people in as possible, which were
Yeah.
all gray. And then once they've determined, okay, we're getting this many people in for this map, then it would load the people in, and then they could boost in
Yeah.
and ready up and all that. So they've sort of combined that now, and it's like as soon as people start loading in, you start seeing who they are, and they can ready up, they can start boosting or whatever, and then it keeps
Hmm.
loading people in until it gets either maxes out or no one else comes in. And
Yeah.
then once everyone's readied up, it'll shorten the countdown to like 10 seconds, if it hasn't hit that already.
Yeah.
So little things like that. That's another quality of life improvement. But I really appreciated it because it seems to get you in the matches maybe a little faster now because you're not waiting through two different countdowns. It seems. So
Yeah.
what else was there? Just little stuff. I'm not going to go through all the little things. The visual improvements for the next gen consoles, so they made it so I
Ooh,
think
yeah.
mentioned some before, I'm not sure, where it's rendering at a higher res and then sort of scaling down,
Yeah. They're using
and
super sampling.
super sampling, yeah. It's kind of funny because when I before the new season came out, I was playing on my PlayStation 4 for a while because I was trying to get its battle pass as high as possible. And so when I switched back to the Xbox, which is the new season, it came in with the super sampling and all that, and it's like it was hard for me to realize, was there a difference, just because yeah, it looks so much better than my PlayStation 4. It's like, yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
But if I
Oh
had
yeah.
been playing Xbox the whole time, maybe I would have noticed it a bit more going to the Series X.
Yeah.
Because I definitely noticed it when they brought in 60 frames per second. It's just the super sampling. I think I noticed it, but it's just hard to know when I'm coming from a PS4 to it how much difference
Yeah.
there was from before, right? If that makes any
Yeah.
sense.
And I noticed the change right away. And I was like, oh my God, like this actually looks a lot better
Yeah, and it
too.
definitely looks
Um,
awesome. Yeah.
and unfortunately, it's not on the Series S for
No,
Xbox
it's
people
weird.
uh, because apparently it's not powerful enough
Yeah,
to maintain 60 frames per second.
and do
Um,
the super sampling. Yeah.
and yeah, so unfortunately, Series S does not get that.
Yeah,
Um,
it's the but it is like the obviously Series X, the PlayStation 5, but then also the One X, the Xbox One X, and the PS4 Pro. They're powerful
mhm,
enough that they get advantage of it as well.
yeah, yeah.
Um, what else did they do that we need to mention here?
Uh,
Uh,
uh, they did fix shooting prone.
yeah, they
Um,
made they updated shooting prone so that if you're prone, it does give you a bit more of an angle up, so you're not
yeah,
shooting to the ground as much, or into
yeah,
rocks or whatever.
yeah. I
Um,
remember that from dev stream.
yeah, one thing I noticed, and someone mentioned this and I tested it out. If you bring in fake transmitters and throw them down and then use a port, it will show you on your map the fake transmitters in blue, but then show you the closest enemy signal. Well, it might be an enemy transmitter, you don't know.
Yep.
But it's no longer that if you place down a transmitter and then use the signal by mistake, it's like, oh no, I forgot. You're
Yep.
not getting screwed. It's showing you, yep, here's yours, and then here's the closest enemy. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Oh, that's like a huge quality of
That
life
is
change.
huge.
That
Yeah.
is super nice. Um, like I've thought about like submitting that as an idea.
Hmm.
I don't know if anyone's ever actually submitted it. But like honestly, I love it.
Yeah.
It is a great change
It's really
because
nice.
it makes transmitters so much more viable now.
Hmm.
Because part of the reason why I wouldn't bring in transmitters is because I would put one down and then port, and then it's like it's my
And it's
transmitter.
wasted my port. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. And
it makes sense too, right?
yeah.
Because if you're the one creating the transmitter, or it's like you would know the frequency of it
Hmm.
type thing, right? From the portable. So
So you
you'd
could
be able to figure it
easily,
out.
yeah, so you could figure it out for sure. Yeah.
But we're kind of talking about it beforehand is would signal detector do the same thing?
Yeah, that I don't know. So, uh, and I the last time I remember doing signals, I don't remember if it was the new season or not. So where I've had to do scan so many people, it might have been the
Mhm.
previous season. So I'm really curious if it'll show that they're yours because I was doing that. I was like running towards signals, and it must have been last season. And I was running and placing transmitters as I went because as soon as I hit signals, I wanted to be able to pick them up because
Yep.
they counted towards your total. So if they do make that change for this season, I wonder if they'll still count for your total. That could
Yeah.
be like, ooh. they
Yeah.
may no longer work anymore for you. That would be make them take longer.
Yeah.
I'm really curious now. Yeah, I'll have to find out. Um, what else was there? There was something else I wanted to say, but I just can't think of what it was. Hmm. Oh, yes. Um, Now when you get a weapon out of, and I think it might be limited to the safes or the lootable POIs. I don't think it includes crates you find in the Outlands. Um, when you get a weapon out of there, it'll have the skin of whatever skin you have assigned to it in your shelter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I saw that on Fox's stream actually.
Okay.
He picked up I can't remember which gun it was, but it had the cheetah skin on it, and I'm
Oh,
pretty sure it was out of like a
oh, it was an
safe.
IZ8. Was it not?
No, I don't think it was nice. I don't think it
Oh,
was nice at H, but yeah, it had the cheetah skin on it, and
mhm.
that was kind of cool. So what I haven't confirmed is it only the lootable POIs where that happens, or does that include like lockable,
Right.
like the locked
Oh,
crates or any other crates?
yeah, like a weapon crate or
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah. So I don't know about those. Um,
Okay.
and then if you loot off of a player, like before, it's going to have the skin that that player had until you get back to your
Hmm.
shelter and it changes it to your skin. Um, yeah, I think
I
that's.
do like the ready up thing that they did tweak. Where if you do ready up, you don't hear all of the subsequent ones.
Well, you do hear them. It's just it's lowered.
Yeah.
It's not
Well,
as loud as it used to be.
yeah, it's definitely still nice
Yeah,
because it's not like a constant boom, boom,
but it is a
boom.
good reminder though that if you haven't readied up, you're hearing the ready ups like, oh, I should ready up. It
Yeah,
still seems that certain people have trouble with that, even with
yeah,
the sound cue. But yeah, it's a nice, they at least it's not as loud in your ears as it was before.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Little things they've they tweak some of the recoil animations. I think the
Yeah.
first one that might have noticed it on was uh what gun was that? When
The
they did the tweaks in the bugle, was it or no? Was it the L85A1?
Yeah, so my understanding, and this was from Smoky Dopey, is the L85A1 uses a different recoil engine
Mm,
where it's a vibration instead of like kind of like a skipping type thing,
right.
and it sounds almost as if this is going to get propagated to all the other weapons too over time.
Okay.
Uh, so if it is the case, we're going to have to learn, the recoil patterns. But
Yep.
it is definitely interesting.
Okay. A few bugs I've noticed. Might as well do some bugs here. Um, when you opening lock boxes and even on the locked container, the lock doesn't disappear right away.
Mm.
So like you'll loot it, and then the loot will go away if you loot it all, or whatever. But then the lock will be there, and you have to hit B to cancel it. So I don't know if that's like
Oh, really
a major update. I don't know what caused that, but it's a weird little thing.
interesting.
Yeah. Um, Sometimes I've run into the bug more than once now, where you put your marker on the map somewhere and then it's not showing up on your compass.
Oh,
So I've had that happen a couple times to me now, and
okay.
I can't remember if it was if it started at the beginning of the match or if it happened in the middle of the match where it just went away. I don't remember for sure there. The airdrop, when the plane's coming in, you're not hearing the plane. It's like a stealth plane now. I
Mhm.
think that's another glitch. So you're supposed to hear the plane flying over. I'm not sure if there's any others that I can think of. Have you heard of or seen any?
Okay. I have not seen any. I just, yeah, because I've been sick
You've
and
been sick. I'm
I
just
don't
wondering
have,
if you might have been watching and
yeah.
heard of any or.
No, like I had the one day I was working like Friday. I was trying to catch up and yeah, it was not a good day. I was trying to catch up on work and stuff, so
That's fair.
I wasn't able to catch any streams really. So it's been unfortunate start to season 10 for me. So
Yeah.
one thing I did hear from Smokey Dopey's stream, Honorable Bandits, and I'm very interested how this, if it is true, and how it applies in the future. Is apparently the gun skins too are implemented differently now, where
Oh,
it's a wrap
okay.
instead of, I guess they're individually painting guns or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if that's going to like facilitate fast tracking of weapons, or like having like a whole line of skins for like
Right.
every weapon. So
I wonder if that was part of the problem. If they started that with, I wonder if they started that with the Halloween skins. Because I
yeah,
don't know if you remember when we talked about the Halloween
yeah,
update last, I was talking about how the wrap or whatever it was didn't look right on some guns.
yeah,
And if that might be part of it, if it's because of this new way of they're doing the skins, I wonder if it's
yeah,
going to cause other weird issues with some skins. I don't know. We'll have to see.
yeah. So, but either way,
Yeah.
like I wonder if that would help, like I said, fast track and make it easier to like churn out weapon skins, right?
Yeah.
You know?
As long as it doesn't ruin how they look. Because
Yeah,
if it's a weapon skin that doesn't look great, then if
yeah, exactly.
it's fast tracked, it's like, okay, great. That looks like crap.
Yeah,
Oh well.
but then people just won't use them,
They won't
and
use
that's
them, sure. And then what's the point of it? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Anyways.
yeah.
But yeah, no, unless I'm missing anything, I think that's it. That's the season 10 update.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
for
So
me,
it's a really cool season.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to playing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been playing it for a bit now. I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure. The game
Thanks, Doc,
still.
for doing. Thanks, Doc, for doing the heavy lifting and stuff.
Oh,
Because
sure.
I've been a
Yeah.
little
You'll feel
unfinished.
better.
Yeah,
You'll pull in.
definitely.
This is almost our 1 year anniversary. We're gonna,
Yeah,
our anniversary is coming up right away here, like in another week or so. So
yeah,
we're working on something, and we hope to maybe even be able to release. It might be a little early the next episode. We'll see how it goes,
yeah,
depending on how things pan out. So we might have a nice little anniversary episode coming out right away. Um, but fingers crossed. But if it comes down to it, maybe either be an early episode or be our next scheduled episode. But
yeah,
one of those episodes is going to be our anniversary episode.
yeah. It's
And yeah,
exactly. It's hard to believe it's already been like a year.
yeah, it's been a year. Wow, but it's been fun, and the game has
Yeah,
still been evolving and changing, and
yeah.
it's
It's
been
gotten
great.
better.
Yeah.
Definitely improvements. And my question is, Doc, are you going to show up in a suit and tie or tux?
I don't have I don't own I do have I do have dress shirts and ties. I don't own a tux. I don't know if I want to
Oh,
rent
wait,
a
wait, wait, wait. What about
tux.
Canadian tuxedos?
A Canadian tux? That's denim. I don't even know if I don't even own any denim. Oh man.
Yeah, I have a jacket. Ah,
Yeah.
man, so many
I don't
things
know.
to think about.
No kidding. Yeah, come up with a theme. Hmm.
Yeah, it's like I'd say, oh, we should have like a beer on the podcast, but you know what? That might be against like some kind of TOS or something. I
Yeah.
don't.
Well,
So let's.
you'd probably definitely have to mark it as mature because I'm sure there's videos on YouTube where people are imbibe, but it definitely has to be marked as mature.
Oh, okay.
I'm
We
sure
could always put it in
we would
like a
have to.
Tim Hortons mug and then just
Yeah.
like try to get sponsored. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be interesting though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's probably a good place to stop. Thanks for listening, as always. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave us comments. We love to hear from you, and
Yeah.
it's always a pleasure. But again, until next time, I'm Doc Anton,
And I'm DJ Spencer.
and we'll see you next time out in the Outlands. Take care.
Bye.
I've heard you say you lost your way again. You don't Grab your chance and flame up your dream. I know you'll find your way. You must be calm anyway. Grab your chance and flame up your dream. Flame up your